Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? Welcome to another Rebels Capital, aka Negativity with Success. And yes, welcome to another day of breaking down the stock market, the crypto market, the bond market, and credit. Basically, what just happens around the stock market. Yeah, man. If you like the video today, please click like, subscribe. Yes, no, maybe so. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So, today's the 5th of May, 2026. So yeah, man, today it's more of like easy. Everyone is happy. Everyone is making money. Everyone is Gucci. So today, as we can see here, looking at the S&P 500 today is playing around that 2,330 to not 2,000, 7,230 and 7,242. That's what it's actually playing around today. But it's up today by 0.45 to 0.46. Still going even higher. It's near a record high today, guys. This is great news, man. So if you've been investing since last month, April, you are Gucci for this month. And then if we're moving down to the Dow Jones as usual, it's playing around that 49,100 to 49,215. So today, as you can see, it's up by 0.24. But overall, throughout the year to date, it's up. No, for the month actually, it's up 0.5 for May, basically, since May just started 0.5. And then we have for Nasdaq 100. Today, normally it's 25,240 to 25,260. So today it's a bit up. Overall for the month, it's up 0.8 to be precise. And today we are up by 1%. 1%. So basically, the tech industry is outperforming both of those indexes, as you can see. And then, if I'm gonna go even further, there's a thing called the Russell 2000. This has your small cap companies. Today, it's down by 0.6%. It's underperforming the indexes, but the individual stocks are doing quite well today. Yeah, man. So the theme today is that oil volatility from the geopolitical news, the AI, right? The AI momentum, AI slash tech, basically. Um, it's what's driving the stock market today and the earnings report. So AI and tech, right? It's driving momentum and the earnings report in general. Earnings report meaning that this year we're gonna see the highest market beat. So they're all gonna report green. Like it's so green this year that you can literally smoke it, bro. It's only 5% out of 100 that's not going to beat the earnings report. So only 5% out of 100, which is dope. It is the highest it's ever been in years, fucking years, okay? Let's just say that in years. So overall, that is good. That is Gucci. People are making money over there, right there, right there. And then the long-term bonds basically yields are also in focus with the 10-year noted as a potential pressure point. We're going to break it down once we get to that breach. So for now, we're just going to look at the indexes around the world since we went through the American one. So with that being said, as you can see here, we have your European indexes, the DAX, the German DAX, that is also up by 1%. The what you call this? The British index, which is the FTSE 100, it's down today by 1.74%. And then the Euro stock 50, today it's up by 1.2128 actually percent. So yeah, man, overall, the European stocks are positive, if you might say that. So yeah, man, that's also positive. The majority is positive, the minority is negative. So yeah, that's that one in terms of euro. And then the Asia and Pacific indexes, which is the FTSE. No, that's the FTSE. That's the Hang Seng, which is the Hang Seng. It's the Chinese index. Then we have the S&P 500, which is the Australian index. Nifty 50, which is the Indian index. So that being said, today the Hang Seng is down by 0.67%. The S&P 200, which is the Australian index, is down by 0.19%. And we have your Nifty 50 is down by 0.36%. Yeah, man, that's a bit down today. So it seems that the rest of the world is quite negative, if I might say that. And then the last one is the Nikkei 225. That's a Tokyo index. That is quite up actually a lot by 1.3%. So that is positive today. And then if we're moving on to commodities, I hope they keep going down. Commodities have been keeping down the stock market overall. But today we are positive. Everyone is happy. Everyone is Gucci. I guess. Basically today. So as you can see here, gold is up today as well by 1.14%. Silver's up today by 0.62%. Copper's up by 2.76%. Platinum is up by 1.34%. Then we have your Brent oil is down finally down by 2%, 2.96%. Crude oil WTI is down by 3.84%. Then we have natural gas, which is down by 0.91%. Then you have your heating oil, which is down by 2.47%. Then you have coffee. Today it's up. US coffee is up by 3.12%. Then we have US corn, right, which is down today by 0.94%, 5% actually. And then US wheat is down by basically by 1.2%. US sugar, London sugar is down. It's actually up by 1.73%. US cotton is up by 1.99%. And US cocoa is up the biggest as well, 2 days in a fucking row. It's up by 5%. I need to find out. I need to find out who are the buyers and what causes US cocoa to go up so much. Yeah, but when it runs beautifully actually. That's amazing. But overall, the one commodity that's up for the year to date, it it's basically oil, bread oil, crude oil, and heating oil. And then secondly, commodities that are up is US wheat. And then the third one is US cotton. Yeah, man, that's about it. So those are what's up year to date. So it's oil, wheat, and cotton, actually. Yeah, cotton. Those are the three commodities that are up year to date. So if you bought that in January, you are Gucci. Gucci. I see. Good. You're Gucci. Uh, so yeah, man, that's about it in terms of the commodities. The commodity, something you can feel, touch your hands. Yeah. And the other thing other sector we're gonna run through is cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies, my favorite. So yeah, man. Cryptocurrencies today are fucking are run for the gold. Today, everyone is so happy. I don't know what happened. Let me just find out something there. Yeah, but everything today seems that everyone is happy, man. So yeah, man. So if we're talking about cryptocurrencies in general, everyone is happy. And you can see normally it was playing around that 75 to 95,000. Bitcoin to be specific. Today it's at 81,000. It made a home run today. It's up by 1 to 3% recently, recovering towards their higher levels. So, with that being said, what we saw is in April there was an inflow of 1.97 to 2.4 billion, right? In inflows, in inflows, in terms of people buying into Bitcoin. And the biggest buyer was, of course, the big whale themselves, Black Rock, obviously. So yeah, man, we're seeing a continuation in positivity in terms of Bitcoin in May, right? And then moving on to Ethereum. Ethereum today is playing around 2,000. It's 2,000. Yeah. So it's at 2,393 and 70 cents. It's up today by 2.45%. So that one as well, we saw an inflow of 356 million in April, breaking the outflows, but it's still negative in terms of year to date. But overall, that 356 million, right? In April, we saw it as the most traded cryptocurrencies out of all cryptos and stable coins in overall, right? So makes it one of the biggest ones. So yeah, man, overall cryptocurrencies are making a comeback. They all look at shit. It's so green you can smoke it. So Ether, so Ether for some reason it's not moving as much these days. Ether every single day it moves like 0.01. That's strange. So yeah, that's one of the ones that are moving quite slow. And then if we're moving on to XRP, which is up by 1.46. Binance Bitcoin, which is BNP, which is up today by 1.3%. USDC, USDC is down today actually, by negative 0.01%. Yeah, man, nothing has been happening there. Maybe in the community. Yeah, most probably like nothing has been happening in the community. That's the only one so far. Then we have Solana, another favorite. Current price is sitting at $85. It's up today by 1.89%. Beautiful, beautiful. And then another Tron. Tron is up by 0.38%. It's another favorite in our market, if you know what I'm saying. In the dark market, if you want to move any money, even the dirtiest of the dirtiest, you can use Tron. Anyway, the next one is Dogecoin. Dogecoin today is up by 1.4346%. Yeah, man, Dogecoin is up as well. Hyperliquid is another one. It's up by 6.55%. Beautiful, 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 beautiful thing right there. I see that there's a strong market, a strong demand in terms of cryptocurrencies in the beginning of May, as you can see there. Yeah, man, everyone's happy, everyone is Gucci to buy. That's about it in terms of cryptocurrencies, right? And then if we're moving on to your actual currency, currencies in your country. So obviously, in these currencies, it's the dollar. So we always have to look at the dollar currencies. Here we go. So today, overall, the dollar is up by 0.04%. The current price is sitting at 89.3, let's say 89.30, basically. That's the current price of the US dollar today. Today, the USD is up as well by 0.06%. The British pound to the US dollar is up by 0.16%. Then we have the US dollar to the Japanese yen, it's up by 0.37%. And then we have the USD to the chef, which is down today by 0.06%. And then the Australian dollar to the US dollar is up today as well by 0.27. Then we have other currency pairs like the euro to the British pound, which is down by 0.09%. Then the US dollar to the Canadian, yeah, the Canadian dollar, which is down by 0.04%. And then we have your New Zealand to the dollar, which is up by 0.22%. Then we have the euro to the Japanese, which is up by 0, 0.4, 0.40%. We have the British pound to the yen, which is up by 0.53%. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things happening there, right? So yeah, man. Overall, the one that's performing the most is the British pound to the Japanese yen. That's the one that put in the most money. The pound to the yen, and the second one was the euro to the yen, and the US dollar to the yen. Actually, yeah, it seems that that's going down like a bitch. Yeah, man. As you can see, overall for the month, yeah, man. And the Australian dollar to the US dollar is up today by 0.5. So yeah, man, that's what's making the most money this week. So the British pound to the yen, the euro to the yen, the US dollar to the yen, the Australian dollar to the US dollar, New Zealand to the New Zealand dollar to the USD dollar, the US dollar, and then the British pound to the dollar, and then lastly it's the euro to the dollar. The euros to the dollar. So yeah, basically that's the top five making the most money in terms of currency so far. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. I love seeing myself smile as well. And then we move on to the bonds. Bonds, we look at the most for the 10 year, the 5 year, the 2 year, and the 5 year, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. So just like this. So yesterday on the 4th of May, it was up, but today it's down. So as you can see that the 30 years currently yielding at 5. 5 today it's down by 0.36%. The US 10 year is basically down by 0.61%. And then we have the US 5 year, it's basically down by 0.46%. And then we have the US 2 years playing around 3.9, yielding at 3.9. That's weird, bro. 3.9. It's down by 0.5%. So yeah, man, they lost all their gains from yesterday. The US bonds. It was at the highest yesterday actually. This April, if I'm not mistaken, April was the best month for bonds because the bonds were 30 was around 4.3, 4.4. Now it's at 5. The 10 years was around 3.8. Now it's currently yielding at 4.4%. Amazing thing, bro. Look at this. Even the US 5 year, now it's playing around 4. It was around 3.5, 3.9. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful day for people who are investing in crypto. So, if we're moving on to the other sectors, moving back to the US stock, right? So, so if we look at your economic calendar, today it was just building home sales. So that was the news today. The economic calendar is also important in terms of telling the Federal Reserve if they're gonna cut rates or keep us. So if you look at these economic numbers every single week, every single day to every week, there are important numbers people use to trade those currencies. So yeah, man, today it was just building permits and home sales. Yeah. So as you can see here, they came positive. Building permits came in at 1.363 million versus the forecast of 1.372 million. So it's below the previous month, which was at 1.5 million, right? So it came in below. And then if we're moving on to new home sales, people are buying homes. That's crazy. So now the home sales numbers is currently sitting at 365,000, right? And the previous one was currently sitting at previous month was sitting at 587,000. And then if we're moving on to your jobs job openings, basically, they came in at 6.8 million, right? Versus the previous of 6.9. So that was not bad. At least they did beat the economic forecast. So that's Gucci, man. They are Gucci to go. So there was nothing else interesting today to look at. That was it in terms of your economic numbers. And then we have your earnings report. Earnings report is usual. That's what's keeping the stock market today up. These earnings report. There was quite a few of them today, if I might say, actually. So today is the 5th of May, right? We have AMD, PayPal, PFP, Super Micro Computing, and then ANET. So there was just tech companies today. Yeah, let me say this week. No, today's what? Tuesday. Let me just say it from today. So today there was quite a number of companies. So it was just AMD, my favorite, Advance, Micro. Let me see something. Is there anything I'm missing here? Yeah, man, that was it actually. So it's 1, 2. So no. So it's AMD, it's Shopify, PayPal, Super Micro Computing, and ANET. So that was it. Shopify did report the earnings today. It came in positive. So as you can see, everyone is in the green, dude. Like everyone is in the green. Shopify came in with $3.17 billion versus the forecast of $3 billion. They crushed it. And then you had like your companies like the KKR and Co. Those are like those three brothers. They have a fucking lot of money, dude. KKR is like, these guys are huge. These guys are huge. I mean, in terms of like, a lot of people in the stock market know them, but yeah, man, quite big characters right there. They own almost everything. But yeah, man, they have billions of dollars. And then, oh yeah, Ferrari today came in with 2.14 billion. They make a lot of money as well. 2.14 billion versus the forecast of 1.83 billion. Yeah, so they crushed it as well. Ferrari makes a lot of money. And then if we're looking down, PayPal made $8.4 billion versus the forecast of $8 billion. And then if we go down even further, some are still gonna come out when the stock market is closed. So yeah, man, it's worth noting tomorrow. And then we still have a few companies that I'm waiting for, which is Shopify, AMD, and then that's about it. And supercomputing, I'm not sure if it's still here. Let's look for that one. They had like a couple of scandals about them a couple of times actually. And then yeah, here's another home building company, uh, KPR Inc. They made 1.92 billion versus the forecast of 1.89 billion. Yeah, man, that's another building company, home company. And then if we go even further, like your Peabody Energy, they made 973.3 million versus the forecast of $972.6 million. So they made a lot of money. So if we go down even further, hopefully I'm looking for the company I want here. And then we have your favorite street biker company, Harley Davidson. The biking company, they made 1.1 billion, which was above. Yeah, 1.1 billion versus the forecast of 1 billion. So Harley Davidson made a lot of money this year so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. And if we go even further, we can talk about a lot of companies. I should one day get into these companies and like talk about them in detail, like who's the CEO, how they make money. I'm gonna make a break one day of that. And then yeah, here's another one, Cosmo Energies. That was like one of the meme stocks. Yeah, man, they didn't reach their expectations. So it's gonna be green like this. So they only made 370 million versus the forecast of 423 million. So yeah, man. So that's probably gonna push down the stock today. So that's an energy company in Angola, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man. So but they have a branch in the United States, on the shores of the United States. But yeah, man, that's another company. And then another one was a favorite, EVgo. EVgo crushed it today. That's that electric company. Yeah. They made basically $109 million versus the forecast of $88 million. They crushed it today. Beautiful, beautiful numbers. And then I wonder the people who do these calculation of like how much a company is gonna make for the month. I wonder if it's based on like previous estimations, or is it like something they make up? It's a very interesting topic. The forecast, the people who forecast these companies. I wonder how they make the forecast exactly. Yeah, some of them are quite funny though. But anyway, that's another fraud allegations. Yeah, man, that's just allegations. Yeah, anyway, that's about it in terms of your earnings report. Yeah, man, that's about it in terms of your earnings report today and earnings report and your economic calendar. So yeah, man, that's about it so far today. So today I'm just gonna run through the biggest winners and the biggest losers. So the biggest winners today is a company called Global Business Travelers Group. Right? They have a merging. Here we go. Let me get into it here. Let's go into it. Since we have like a couple of minutes when the stock market is about to open. Yeah, man, here's the biggest winner for today. Global Business Travel. So they have a private take acquisition deal today. So as you can see here, this went from 5 to 9, dude. So imagine if you put like $100 or $10,000, you could have been Gucci today. So yeah, man, here's the story of the day today. Crushed it, killed it. So if people bought it maybe a couple of days or a couple of months back, they could have made a lot of money today. It's at an all-time high, by the way. All-time high, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So yeah, my story behind this is it's that it entered an agreement with a company called acquired an agreement to be acquired by Long Lake Management for 6.3 billion in an all cash transaction. So yeah, man, that's about it today. So they have a rating from Bank of America with neutral rating, and also UBS maintain a buy rating to $10, and Morgan Stanley rated it to $7. So yeah, man, everything is Gucci right there today with them. So Long Lake Management is buying them. So that was like literally the story of the day. And then another one was a company called ESPR. That's another big win for stock market. Astron Therapeutics. That was another company today. So imagine if you put like 1,000, bro. Like you could have made a lot of money. You could have made like $10,000, of course, on option trading. So yeah, man, this one is a deal. They are going to be bought as well. So this thing from 1.8 to $3. So because of there's a company that's acquiring them. There we go. Here's the actual company. Archimed. Archimed is acquiring them for $1 billion, basically. That's the story behind that one. Uh, so yeah, man, that's the story behind this one. And then if we moving on to another company, so another company that is making a big loss today, it's a company called X Quantum. X Quantum, a big loss today. Quantum Technologies. I'm not sure if this is like a Chinese company or a US company. I can't figure that out. But yeah, man, that's the company today that is making big losses. They lost like 60%. Here we go. So current price now, if I'm not mistaken, let's see, $13.70. want to sell, they sell strong, bro. They sell strong. So yeah, man, this is a sale. They are making a sale on on part of their products, basically part of their company. That's another company that is down today, and another one that is down is a company called GXO. GXO Logistics. This used to be like a Wall Street favorite. GXO favorite. It was a favorite in 2025. GXO. A lot of companies used to buy them in terms of your what you call these exposure into the transportation. So people who were interested in buying into that transportation. This is a Wall Street favorite as well. Current price is sitting at 48. It's up by 4% right now, which is strange. It was down by 18%, but it's about to report earnings today. Earnings report are expected. So this one was down because of Amazon, one of the biggest internet retail or online store. It was reporting that they're making their own transportation services, basically. So that killed a lot of companies. GXO. So basically, the what Amazon was doing is they were creating their own transportation tunnel, funnel, whatever we might call it. So that put pressure in a lot of companies like this one, UPS. Yeah, man, they were down this morning because of that news. And then another one everyone keeps talking about so far, last but not least, it's GME. GameStop. So yeah, man, let's actually break down GameStop. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. This is also a Wall Street favorite, not a Wall Street favorite, but like your it's a meme stock. This is where like people in group chats and what is it? Group chats, Wall Street bets. It made a lot of news. GameStop. GameStop is a company that sells video games, basically. If you don't understand, or if I'm hearing about it, they sell video games at retail stores, so you can get them at a few locations in the United States. So, with that being said, so now they are reducing the exposures into video games, right? Now they are making collectible items. That's what they are making, so they can make a lot of money, right? So, with that being said, so that's how they've been making money. So they've been making money through also stocks, the stock market, through stocks. So the recent news is that the one of the big whales in GameStop, Ryan Cohen, he's the one who created that fuzz in when was it after COVID? He's the one who revived the shit out of the stock. So what happened was he's acquiring to buy eBay, the online retail store, basically, at a share price of 125 per share, right? Which is a cash plus stock deal, roughly at a 20 premium. So this will value, not only will this push, this was supposed to push GME up actually from the 25 mark to like 30, 35, somewhere there. So if they're buying it today for, they're actually in talks. They haven't bought it as yet. They're actually in talks for buying it on a cash to stock deal for 56 billion dollars, right? 56 billion dollars. This will value eBay for 55 to 65 billion dollars. So more or less, this is not only going to push the stock, but the valuation into something even higher. So just to explain it into detail, I'm going to the actual stock here. Our market cap is playing around 12 billion, right? Pre-announcement. This is a massive acquire on a company that is four size. This is a four size movement. Beautiful, beautiful things happening there. So the CEO Ryan Cohen made a pitch to create a strong e-commerce player, right, to compete basically with Amazon. They want to compete Amazon in terms of being a retail and a collectible with eBay marketplace. So that's what that's what they are trying to do. So if you can't beat them, you buy them. Basically, that's the game right now. So when the news broke out, this dropped the share price to around 10% to 11. So now it's even worse. So now it eased a little. So it's now playing around 0.59%. So yeah, man, that's what's happening right now. This is one of the most traded stock on in terms of low cap companies, right? And then with that being said, eBay surged between 5% to 13% on the news, right? 5 to 13%. Let's see if it's still up right now. eBay. What his game plan is, right? When he's trying to beat Amazon. So, what's bigger than Amazon? Or same competitor as Amazon? eBay, basically. eBay. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what's the rotation rate. Like, is it the same people who are buying on Amazon are also buying on eBay? I don't know the story behind that one, but anyway. So, with that being said, today, today everything is negative. Basically, everything is negative because of the skepticism on the finance part. Because GameStop was bankrupt. These bitches were broke. Basically, so now things have completely changed since 2022, 2021, 2022. Since that whole fuzzy, everyone was buying GME, buy GME from $4 and then it made it to 161. So today, ever since people are not buying as much anymore because of Roaring Kitty is no longer there per se, hasn't bought the stuff like that anymore, or he doesn't entertain it like that anymore. So over throughout the years, for the last 3 years, they've made a big cash pile, right? They've raised money through share assurances. That's when like they release more stocks to the public, and so far they've raised that much, that 56 billion, right? They need 56 billion plus new debt, so they still also need to raise more debt, right? Plus have a heavy share prices. So not only that, they also need people to buy the stock, right? So Cohen went to a CNBC interview recently, and a lot of people took it as a weird thing, which was like more awkward or slash evasive. So he was saying a lot, but he wasn't saying much. He sounded like a politician, basically. That's what. Let's just sum it up, right? And then we had another big whale by the name of Michael Berry. Michael Berry is, if anyone doesn't know him, he's one of those big names where he was one of the investors who was shorting in 2008. Made a lot of money shorting the housing prices in the United States. So yeah, man, he made a lot of money in 2008. So he bought into the stock in April, right? Early April, there was a couple of news about speculations, and then came out to be true mid-April. He bought into GME. More or less, it was like options trading. So now As soon as Ryan Cohen went to the news and told people about this eBay 56 billion acquisition, Michael Bay basically just sold his entire share in GME after the news, citing that there's going to be heavy selling pressure, basically, right? Because of this is GME is more like a meme stock, and yeah, man, a lot of people in hedge fund space don't like it because of if you short this company, you are going to be in a lot of trouble. You are going to lose half of your position. So people don't entertain it like that, right? So with that being said, so what does this mean? Moving forward, what this means is that if this deal between GME turning it into an e-commerce and collectible powerhouse, which I see it happening, Cohen's track record and big performance on based options, he's aligned to becoming one of the biggest growing stories in terms of meme stocks and e-commerce. So if people actually buy into the news, this is going to be one of the biggest news that come about. One of those things of, "Ah, why didn't I buy this earlier? It might go from 23 to 100. This thing becomes successful. So yeah, man, that's a bull case scenario. So if a lot of people are buying into the story, so a big case scenario, which is if it keeps going further down like that, yeah, yeah. So what likely might happen, it's still gonna hurt a lot of shareholders. So people who bought big positions into this are gonna lose a lot of money due to it's a meme driven stock. So these companies, this company specifically, GameStop, is mostly bought by retail investors, okay? Not hedge funds per se. Retail investors are also gonna lose a lot of money. So yeah, man. So those are the risks they are facing. So the risk ahead is that they still need a lot of debt. They still need to dilute their shares. They still need to execute, right? Execute. They still have an execution problem, regulation hurdles, and eBay rejecting their offer. Because this is not out as yet. It's still debates. And yeah, man, that's what's happening with this one. It's a beautiful story, bro. Beautiful story with GME. Yeah, man, Ryan Cohen actually has been successful in terms of a lot of companies like Chow. This is a company. This is a company, Chewy. It's a pet company. It's a pet company that basically sells like every animals. I mean, what you call these animal food, basically. He's been quite lucky with it. He made a lot of money from doing this. Very, very, very successful in selling this company. So yeah, man, Ryan Cohen story is quite big. And the other one that was making stories so far was the what you call this guy? Yeah, but I think I'm gonna break that down on a different day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna break it down on a different day. Yeah, man, that's one of the big stories today. Get to date. Yeah, man, that's it for so far for today. We are about to get into it because now the stock market is actually open. Yeah, man. If you like the video, man, please don't be afraid to click like, subscribe. Yes, no, maybe so. Let's fucking go. Thank you. Thank you for watching, man. Obrigado. Obrigado. See you on another day.